Okay, today this is going to be an instructional video. I'm going to change the oil on Ausia's new 2014 Maverick XRS. The first thing we got to do is warm up the engine, and then when that's done, I'm going to take out the passenger seat and open up the side covers, and I'll show you all that in a minute. Okay, now that the engine's warmed up, we have our oil pan down below. I have the 17mm socket we need with the extension to take the drain plug out. And we're going to take out this seat, and to do that we need to remove both of these harnesses to be able to take the seat out. And so we'll be right back as soon as we get the seat removed. Okay, now the previous owner put on an insulating cover around the engine shroud, so I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to remove the side panel tray and this tray, which is going to give me access to the oil filter. Okay, now I'm taking out the pop rivets.
Oh, that's all. We put stuff on and then we go, no, I don't think we can do that.
Okay, I had to take out the driver's seat as well, and I got both the side cover and the top cover over the fuel tank off to expose where the oil filter is, right there. So now I'm going to climb underneath, and I'm going to take out the drain plug, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up the oil fill plug to allow air. That way the oil can drain out.
Oh, there's a guy came up. I give it back. I pull out my driver's license. Shotgun, unless I have everybody lined up side by side, get a BB in each person. Right. And he said, I'm sorry, we just can't sound a complaint. So we go outside, that buddy of mine, and he's from Boise, and so he said, oh, this is my gift to you. So we go back in, and we find him. And they go, no, if this is a stain, you're sensitive, we can cover it. So we got to talking to the guy behind the counter, and he said, his brother's a cop. And his brother, this lady, the older lady, was walking from the grocery store somewhere, and
oh shoot! Shoot!
She reached in, pulled out a gun, and
oh no!
The guy
A mess.
showed up, and his brother arrested him.
A mess.
While they were booking him and everything, he says, "I'm going back to California where women don't have guns."
Hey Ausia, can you do me a favor?
Oh my God!
Hey Ausia, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Up on the passenger side is a roll of paper towels. I forgot to bring some down here. Can you give me like a little wad of paper towels? Wow, it came gushing out so quickly that it made a little tidal wave over the edge, and I ended up making a mess. But here, I'll clean that up later. I need it for my hand. Oops. Thank you.
Late last night.
Okay, now it's time to take the oil filter out, which is located right down there. Actually, right here. I'll try and film removing it. Okay, that's it right there. Let me see if I'm, yep, we're in the shot. Okay. Now I'm going to see if this is the right one. Nope, I need to go get a smaller wrench. Okay, so let's start out by doing a little pre-cleaning of the dust off of the cover so that we have a lot less to deal with when we actually take it off. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay.
Now I'm on the side of the road, and I knew what it was because even if I put it low 4-wheel drive, which makes it working easier to make the thing move. And I can tell I can do that.
But now you don't have the camper on.
The camper was on it at this time, yeah. And I was about this far off the white line, and then the semi was going by me all through 7 miles an hour. So I just called state patrol. I just called the cops and said, hey, I need somebody to come out here and figure this out. I'm not even scared. I was up on the hill. I still couldn't.
Okay, there's one bolt.
Somebody's not going to be paying attention. And there goes the rest of the camper in the truck. I can see it. And that was my concern. Anyway, so the cop got here. He goes, "Where are you?" I go, "You need one, park back here and have the lights on, so somebody's going to hit your rig and not hit my rig and kill him." So that's my thought, because in Washington State,
2 bolts. And notice how I'm making sure that as I get it out to a certain point, I keep my finger pushing the bolt into the socket. That way I don't drop it and have to fish it out of the tray, which is still on. And unfortunately, the way they designed this is the oil has to gush out, and we just worry about cleaning it up afterward.
Morning, Chuck. And so I said,
Oh yeah.
Chuck.
That's submarine.
And so I said, he's kind of did a shabby job. That was quite the experience.
Okay, now I'm going to start cleaning the inside of the oil filter housing, dry all that oil out, clean it all off. And we're going to try to wipe up what we can out of this tray, which is a real mess. But we expected that.
The other people's insurance. Well, they couldn't find the guy that hit us. He couldn't locate him. I couldn't be worried about it.
Hard to believe they allow it to be such a nasty, messy process, you know. They could have built a valley there that goes into a tube so that it doesn't get all over everything. But I brought brake cleaner. I'm prepared for it. But I'm just gotta say, for how well they engineer it, very dirty. Yeah, there was a lot on the magnet on the drain plug. So this was definitely needed at this many hours. So. Alright, there's a fresh coating of oil and pressed in place.
He was hauling ass. Because I mean, the whole truck is accelerating. That's why the clutch is.
And a coat of oil on the O-ring as well. And then the orientation was exactly like that. And now we're going to press her in place and start replacing the bolts. I'm going to just get each bolt started, and then I will come back with the socket. And I'm making sure to keep at least 2 fingers on each bolt at a time because I do not want to drop these down in the tray. It would be very difficult to get it back out. And we want to make this as simple as possible. Oh, I almost dropped the socket. Alright, I think I'm just going to tighten them by hand because the socket is very slippery with my hands all oily. Okay, keeping going. Wow, the socket is very slippery because of the oil. Okay, there's that. Okay, now we're going to go to tightening. Turn the socket back on tighten. And okay, first I'm going to get them each down to where they're just snug. Okay, then I'm going to go to what is about 9 pounds, which is not too tight. I don't want to go too tight. Okay, that's all tightened up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of brake cleaner. What that's going to do is kind of wash down this oil that got all over everything. I just think it's a nice way to get it cleaned up. It dries quickly without any big mess. Alright, so now the tray is, for the most part, all cleaned up. There's no more oil on it. Awesome. And a little farther under here. Alright. Good deal. And as you can see, that's the rest of what came out of the tray.
Man, it was insane. Update commercial, here we come.
Okay, now, drain plug's in, cap is on. I'm going to tighten this oil fill back down, and I'm going to clean off the area around the filler so that I can make sure I keep it clean when I add. So this right here, this cover comes off and the oil filter goes in there, and this is what it looks like. Here, I'll show you. Now that I've got everything put back in.
Is this the gas tank?
Yes, that's the gas tank, yep, under the passenger seat. And check it out, this is your oil filter. It's very, very, very dirty. So this oil change was most definitely needed.
Dirty, dirty, dirty girl.
Dirty, 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 dirty. Okay, so to make sure I put exactly the 2 quarts, I'm going to measure. I have an empty quart I saved, and I'm going to measure one at a time in there.
So that's all it takes is 2 quarts?
2.2. So they say to put in 2, start the engine, let the oil circulate and fill the oil filter, and then add the other
Oh, I see.
0.2 of a quart.
It's beautiful though.
Big lug nuts on the front.
Thank
Did
you.
you take it out yesterday?
Yes. We took it out in the sand dunes when we were at the State Trust Land in Lake Havasu.
They got the truck and they were working on it. Wednesday I was talking, I said, well, here's what I
Okay,
want.
and now I'm adding 1 quart of oil, and then I'm going to add the second quart here in a minute.
I want my truck.
And by the way, we were not using Mobil 1 oil, we were using this. Okay, now the prescription is to start the engine and let it warm up for just a second, and then we're going to recheck the oil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Set this up, viewing the oil check fill.
Cardboard in the back glass, and then we got throw and before we got to the camera, so I had the truck for a couple of days.
You know what? From that day on, every time I then just got.
Okay, that's warmed up enough for us to check the oil. Give it a second for everything to settle back in the pan. Okay, the first thing we do is we clean this off really, really good so that we can get a proper check. Screw it all the way down so it's at the proper level. Bring it back up, and we can see that we are right at the bottom of the acceptable range. I'm going to do a quick second check. So we definitely need our other about a quarter of a quart. Yep, we're right there at the bottom. So we're going to take care of adding 1/4 of a quart now. Put it right inside of here. Okay, and we're going to add this other 1/4 of a quart. Okay, so we put the caps back on both of the, put the cap back on the oil bottles. We're going to take the funnel out, put it down here inside the oil pan on the ground, and now we're going to do another check to make sure that we are topped off. As you can see, we are exactly at the top of the usable range, so that's it. The oil change is complete. We just now need to bolt everything back together. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Bye, babies.
Okay, all that's done. Now time to remove all the tools.
Are you all done, Ed? Just about. Hey. How'd the oil look?
Bad.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, it needed to be done. There was a lot of,
We'll see you later
the
on.
oil filter was pretty dirty and there was a lot of debris on the magnet on the
Oh, it
filler
does have a
plug.
magnet in there, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Does yours?
No.
Yeah, that's nice having the magnet.
Yeah, it really,
Oh, you gotta take those seats out?
yeah. Yep, you gotta take all kinds of stuff out.
Oh, you better keep Ed around.
Well,
Why'd you have to take that side out? What's underneath there?
to get this cover off.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
good thing I must have been a mechanic in another life.
Yeah. Oh, is that where you check the oil and fill it right there?
Yep. Yep, it's all filled up and ready to go.
Man, there's no square inch of any space not being used.
Oh, they utilize the heck out of that thing. Oh, I see what that does.
Alright.
Oh, that's all it takes to hold it in?
Yep.
Oh.
Alright, now all that's left to do is put the put all the seat belts back on.
Oh, let me go check this one.
So did they find that it was okay on the rolling it and all the safety issues?
Yeah. And just like mostly up right before
Okay, now we have both seats installed. We've got the center heat shield blanket reinstalled. And now we're going to pop out the air cleaner real quick. Okay, so that's what it takes to change the oil in a 2014 XRS. And it's all done, and we probably saved, I'm guessing, around 100 and something bucks, and we know that it was done right. So how you feeling about having it all done?
Awesome.
Cool. All right, that's it.